Hello everyone, welcome back to Easy Education London, and this is our GCSE English 2024 predictions. Now this will be a series, and as we get closer to the exams, I will be providing a full breakdown of my predictions for each English exam. So this is just to give you a heads up of what we are expecting to see in 2024. Now, question number one, and based on what we have on the screen, this is in fact for the AQA exam board. So as you know, majority of students are studying the AQA exam board. And if you are studying EdExcel or EduCAS, if you would like me to do a predictions for that, please do let me know in the comment section below. Now, question one is always list 4 things about a character, the setting, or the object. So these are common questions that they ask you, and all you have to do here is you just simply list 4 sentences. So what are 4 things you understand about the abandoned house, for example? Do not write one-word answers, okay, because that doesn't show the examiner that you've understood the question. Now, if you require online tuition and support for your exams and how to revise and how to boost your marks to score the top grades, we do offer online tuition through our website. If you are interested, do contact us on www.easyeducationlondon.com. Alternatively, you can email us at easyeducationlondon@gmail.com to book your classes. Lessons are taught by UK qualified teachers. You'll receive regular support, constructive feedback, and you'll have access to exclusive exam papers to help you prepare for these exams. And in fact, we have a pass rate of 90% and above for our students. So if you do join, we can assure you, you are going to do really well. Moving back to what we were discussing, question 2 is always about language. So they will ask you to analyze language, and what we always find is that within the extract there are common features or language devices that you can always pick out and comment on. So the ones I've listed here, they are likely to be there, but again, it's not guaranteed to for you to find all of them, right? So these are some possible or predicted language devices that you'll find in the text. So simile, metaphor, sibilance, personification, hyperbole, zoomorphism, pathetic fallacy, alliteration, declarative, and imagery. So these are some features that you should be aware of. But again, these are common to find in your extract. So if you are able to find these in your extract, do comment and explore the effect of using these features, because that's how you'll score your top marks. Question number 3 is all about structure. Now, a lot of times students ask me, what is structure? Is it the same as language? The answer is it's completely different, but it does fall under the same umbrella of assessment objective 2. So when the exam board is marking your answer, language and structure does fall under the same assessment objective. Now, what is structure? Structure in simple terms is how the text is organized from the beginning to the middle to the end. And what are things that you could potentially comment on? So number 1 is shifts in focus. Number 2, again, a possibility but not guaranteed, a cyclical structure. And number 3, dialogue. So these are just some areas for you to explore and comment on for structure. And remember, if there is a shift in focus, tell us what that shift is, and importantly, how does it interest the reader? So is there a shift in the setting? Is there a shift in the perspectives? Is there a zooming in, zooming out? So what is the shift here? And importantly, please link it back to how it interests the reader. Question 4, important question. It's worth 20 marks. Okay, that's a lot of marks. And in fact, that's 50% of your Section A reading. So what is question 4? It is your evaluation. So you'll be provided with a statement. A student said, ... and it's always to what extent do you agree. So you have to tell us to what extent do you agree. So it could be that you agree with it partially. You could agree with it entirely, But if there is something that you disagree with, make sure you have relevant evidence from the text to back up your point. Okay, so when you are evaluating, you need to explore how the writer is using methods. Now, the methods here is simply referring to how the writer uses language and how the writer uses structure. So these are things that you need to comment on. Now, my prediction is that it will be on a character's emotions. Okay, a student said dot 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 that this character felt like this because of dot dot dot. So you have to tell us to what extent do you agree. Select and use quotes which show this. Super important. I cannot stress this enough. The number of times I've read student answers and they completely forget to back up their point with a relevant quote. If you are not referring to a relevant quote, you cannot score the top marks. Okay, and remember, as it's question 4, you should ideally comment on language and structure to show the examiner you've evaluated in depth. Okay, and it's 20 marks, so you should spend around 20 to 25 minutes. And think of it like a mini essay that you're answering, and the more detail, the more points you make, the more marks you will get. And unfortunately, I've seen many students, including students of my own, they completely forget about this question, or they answer it, let's say maybe they write 1 or 2 paragraphs at most. Now this question is 20 marks, and as I mentioned, it's 50% of the exam, of your section A, sorry. So you need to make sure that you write the best possible answer for question 4, because that can play a huge role in terms of your overall grade. 20 marks out of 80 for language paper 1, that's 25%. So that is a lot. So if you think about it, that's a quarter of the marks just from question 4 evaluation. And question number 5, the last final question for language paper 1, is your section B, creative writing. So if you are asked to write a narrative, a story, or to write a description, it will either be positive or it will either be negative. It will be one or the other. But again, that's why what I'm predicting is for you to actually practice writing a story which is generally positive, and flip it, try to write a separate story which is generally negative. Now, if you have one story for positive, one for negative, you can memorize both, and all you do in the exam is you just tweak it to the question. Okay, it could even be that there's a plot twist. So for example, if you're asked to write a story about something that's positive, you can generally use that negative narrative story that you've memorized, and then halfway through your story you actually have a twist where things take a turn, and there's a dramatic shift, there's a dramatic change, and suddenly everything decides to become positive, and you can get marks for structure there as well. So again, it's quite open-ended, so this is why it's super important you prepare for this question. And what my prediction is for your creative writing is that you definitely will have to implement your 5 senses and nature. Okay, so when I say nature, your pathetic fallacy, your semantic field, it's always going to be there. You will always have to describe using your 5 senses. So I would say start writing paragraphs on nature, for example, on the clouds, the sky, the sun, the river, the land, the grass, the trees, etc., because these are common objects and common scenes that you can use in any story. And that is a prediction that is almost certain to be true. So think and revise smart, because that can play a pivotal role in your upcoming exams. So again, this is just a snippet into our prediction series for the GCSE exams for 2024. If you want us to do any specific videos, do let us know in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe, share, and like. Please share it with your family and friends, as it does help our channel grow. And as mentioned, we do offer online tuition for maths, English and science. Lessons are taught by UK qualified teachers, and again, we have amazing results and feedback and reviews from happy students and parents regarding our online tuition. So if you are interested, do contact us via our website, or you can drop us an email to get started, as spaces are limited and spaces are filling up very fast. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and share for more.